How about a little muff? Working through, boy, I'm going to have to buy more of this. I went through it a lot faster than I intended on, but I did share some with some friends. So, anyways, a product of Ireland, a peat smoke, triple distilled. I'm not a big peat guy, but it's blended rather well. I mean, the peat smoke is very light in this. 86 proof Irish, blended Irish, inspired by the past. This well balanced Irish whiskey with its peated characteristics and depths of flavors lend itself to a quality tasting experience. Launch. There we go. Don't stand a chance. Oh, pour myself a little beer. I'm gonna have this two ways with you. I'm gonna have a shot of that whiskey, and I've already prepared a cocktail. You can see in the back. It's basically an old fashioned, but I have it poured straight up or served straight up, I guess. Presented straight up. So the old fashioned though is 2 ounces of the Irish whiskey. Uh, Not quite a full ounce of simple orange bitters and a candied orange garnish. Around midnight. So the beer I have for you is from Banter Brewing out of Springfield, Missouri. In the interest of full disclosure, I do work for them. This is a very interesting beer. It starts as an amber ale, and it does a few other things along the way, along with some rum-soaked mesquite chips with some lime. It's just a very interesting beer, and I'm going to take it a different direction by going traditional Irish American Boilermaker. So anyway, here is a shot of that Muff Irish whiskey. Uh, Alrighty then. Alrighty then. All right. Oh, an Irish old fashioned, if you will. Again, 2 ounces of the Irish, about three-quarter ounce, I guess. I went a little light, not quite a full ounce of turbinado sugar, simple syrup, and just a couple dashes of some orange citrus bitters from strong water. And then that candied orange garnish. Uh, oh, that's nice. That's a nice cocktail because you do feel a little bit. Again, you feel a little you feel a little smoky notes, just a little bit. Feel just a little bit. Anyways, oh, got off work late, and sometimes I go straight to the video, and I didn't today. I was in a lot of pain, but I wanted to get us some dinner prep first, so I got our dinner going, and once I got that going, I had a shot in a beer, and that helped ease the pain a little bit. And then we had dinner, and then once I ate something, I did feel even better, right? Because I hadn't eaten in a while. When we watched the TV show, I thought, well, let's do a video now. Now that things aren't hurting quite so bad. Uh, it's become commonplace to serve an old fashioned with the great big cube. And there's not necessarily anything wrong with that. However, traditionally they were served straight up in a coupe because when the cocktail was first introduced, ice wasn't as plentiful as it is now. So serving it with a uniform square or sphere ice would not have been realistic back then. I personally think it's the millennials that decided on to have a square cube. I just prefer the drink straight up, right? I prefer the drink just chilled, poured in a coupe as it was meant to be way back when. But I will say that I am in the minority. Most do not want a drink served this way. But I have come across a few bartenders that will serve this drink to me this way. I will say that they know me. I said, but would you mind? So I want the old fashioned, but would you mind serving it straight up in a coupe for me? And I will say, when I ask for it most of the time, they're the bartenders. So, oh, okay. I get it. I know where you're going. Every once in a while, I'll get that, that confused dog look. But most bartenders, especially bartenders that understand that the drink is really best served this way, so you don't have that ice melting in your drink. You want to get a good chill on it, but you don't need ice in there the whole time. Oh, oh, that's nice. I do like this whiskey. I'm not a big peat guy in all honesty, but I do like this because it's not just a peated Irish whiskey. It's a blend of different Irish whiskey, so you do get a little bit of that peat, but it's not overwhelming. You get a little bit of that peat smoke, but it doesn't. Oh, what's what I'm looking for? It doesn't. That's not all you feel. Uh, I'm off mostly tomorrow. I do have to work a couple hours to do a tasting, but that's not a real big deal. Uh, but whenever I make this drink at home this way, it reminds me how much I do prefer an old fashioned done this way and not with a big cube in it or a glow mold. Oh, that's nice. That's nice, man. That's very nice. Anyways, I digress. I better finish this up. I called tonight. It's been a long ass day. I worked a little over 10-hour day. I've been up since about 7 this morning, so it's time to put me out of my mystery. I digress. Good golly, Miss Molly, that is a nice cocktail, though. Oh, then I have some Irish music in the background while I drank the Irish whiskey. Well, I had a little muff. Well, anyways, I digress. But I digress, man. The Muff Liquor Company and the Muff Liquor Company. It's all on how you use the pause, right? The Muff Liquor. The Village of Muff, I guess. Who doesn't like a little Muff? Yeah. Irish whiskey, peat smoke, triple distilled. Yeah, some of us never get beyond that. That's always going to be funny. I've learned it might be just a Gen X thing because I've noticed boomers don't find it as funny as I do, and millennials don't. But every time I share the story with them, a Gen X, they think it's funny. So, and maybe maybe Gen, uh, and I've always maintained that Gen X has the best sense of humor. 'Cause we found a way to make everything funny because we've all endured so much pain that we had to find humor in everything. And I've also maintained that nobody does self-deprecating humor better than Gen X. And I've talked to many millennials, and they don't do it at all. I mean, they do not understand self-deprecating humor at all. Because I've always said that uh, there is nobody that can insult me better than me, right? If somebody takes a shot at me, oh, I'm going to take it around a block, man. Really? That's all you got? But you could have said this or this. And when I've talked to millennials, they say they don't understand that. But the thing is when you do that, when somebody insults you and you take it even farther, you take the power away from them. They think they've got the power over you by insulting you. They think they can insult you. And once you show them that they can't, you've taken their power away. That's what self deprecating humor does. You show them there's nothing they can think of that you haven't thought of yourself. Oh, yeah, that's the best you can do. There is nobody that can insult me quite like me. You got nothing. anyway, anyways, I digress. That's a lost art, I suppose. There's a defense mechanism for all the things that most of us went through. And then we could have let things break us, but we decided to make it funny. Let's make it funny. Let's make something really terrible humorous. And I feel like that's the difference between Gen X and generations before and after. Because I feel like boomers want you to wallow in it. They want you to feel how terrible they had it and wallow in it. Not necessarily feel sorry for them, but understand why they're all miserable pricks and are as mean and nasty and bigoted as they are. Whereas millennials kind of want to be melancholy about everything. Humor has to be on their terms. Whereas us Gen Xers, we can make fun of everything. But the thing we make fun of the best and the most is ourselves. So, anyways, I was going to talk about something else this evening, but then I decided not to. I had a thought in my head, but I didn't have anything etched in stone. But then, as I started the video, it kind of went a different direction. So, I was watching a show earlier that made me think of something, and I was going to go into that, but then I decided not to and just run with whatever. which is kind of what I like to do. I like to just kind of you just go unscripted and see what happens. But anyways, I digress. It is early or late, depending on your perspective. I am Tom the Whiskey Whisper, Whiskey Evangelist, prolific whiskey drinker, purveyor of wisdom, and all around good guy. Sláinte. Thanks for tuning in.